Okay, it's Mike and Hilary. We're here at the Zodiac with James, and James also known as Simian Mobile Disco. And first of all, how did Simian actually become Simian Mobile Disco? How did you go from being a band to more sort of electronic dance music?
We kind of got a bit bored of being in a band and wanted to DJ. So while we were in the band, we started going out, playing clubs and being our own support DJs and doing all that sort of stuff. And so when the band ended in a fight in Texas in a fish restaurant, we decided that we wanted to carry on DJing, and so we went off and did our separate things, but we'd meet up at weekends and play clubs and do remixes, and it kind of carried on for a couple of years, and here we are.
Cool.
So what is it that dance music offers that you weren't really getting from indie when you were in Simian?
Kind of fun.
It's just both, even before Simian, we were kind of really interested in electronic music.
Yeah.
And buying lots of records and really into the scene was really interesting, and it moves really quickly. And I think we just wanted to kind of just do some electronic music for fun, go out and play clubs and
And even in Simian, we were into old synths and trying to get the electronic sound in there, so we've always had that sort of thing in the back of our minds. It's just that we've kind of brought it to the front of our minds more recently.
Well, this is the first date of your UK tour. What can we expect from Simian Mobile Disco live as opposed to DJ sets? What have you got in store for us?
Well, it's hopefully going to be quite a lot different, It's, we're obviously just playing our own songs for a start.
Yeah.
We've brought quite a lot of our old weird equipment from the studio.
Yeah.
And there's a big flashy light show, and to be honest, we're having a lot of fun doing it because it's pretty flexible. We can change it every night. We've got to the point where we've had a few practices, and you can play it all the way through and make every song totally unrecognisable. We've got it quite. It's actually being done at the time, so there's a lot for us to do, and I think it's going to be interesting.
Have you got keyboards, synthesizers?
Yeah, we've got a modulus, Jazz's modular synth, and an MS-20, and loads of analog stuff, loads of effects, and it's all going through a mixing desk and dub style. Yeah, it should be good, It'll be fun.
Cool. Yeah, so dance music at the moment, obviously your show is becoming more of a kind of overall audio-visual experience type thing. Do you think also that works in terms of the music, people are becoming more open to mixing genres of music, obviously indie and dance primarily?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of something that we've been doing for ages. I kind of feel that we were doing it with Simian really, although perhaps it was more the live side that was kind of more obvious. And it's always, I've always kind of thought that where live music hits electronic music is kind of the most interesting, but also it's the most dangerous area. There's so much shit music made in that area. You can just go so far wrong. And I think that
any current artists that you think?
I don't want to put. To be honest, it's probably the reason why things went, because things maybe kind of 4 or 5 years ago it got really purist, purist rock, purist electronic.
Yeah.
I think people just got pissed off with people doing it incredibly badly, and just went, you know what, I just don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that we'll get this again. There'll be a massive slew of people mixing electronic music and live music and fucking it up horribly.
But what do you think about being branded then as sort of new rave?
I think
tagline?
New rave is a bit of a horrible term, and nobody likes it, And I don't think I've met anyone who is proud to be associated with it. But for us it's kind of inevitable, obviously, because we're making electronic music, and obviously I kind of have got a connection with the Klaxons, and basically they made it up as I suppose almost a gimmicky thing where people can come to their gigs and shock out like it was a rave, and people dress in fluo shit and have fun, and that's all good. I don't want to take that away from people, because there's lots of people having an amazing time, but I don't think it really sums up a style of music. I think I think a lot of the bands that are around now, be that Hot Chip or LCD Sound System or Justice or us, who are mixing rock and dance music, aren't trying to necessarily make rave old or new. It's kind of it's a bit broader than that, and I think obviously journalists have to pigeonhole stuff, and hopefully this pigeonhole will go away pretty quickly.
Cool. So as you said, you've produced stuff for the Mystery Jets, Klaxons and Arctic Monkeys. So are there any other bands that you'd like to work with in the future?
Yeah, there's a lot of bands I'd like to work with in the future, and we're definitely going to, you know, like we're going to collaborate and produce some stuff together, and I'm going to do some more stuff on my own, and you know, that's not going to stop really. But
Any particular band?
I don't really want to talk about it till it happens, because it
Totally,
seems a bit, you know, putting the cart before the horse. Sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
You've got a residency at Fabric now. Are there any sort of nights or clubs that have really stood out as being an amazing gig?
Fabric's always good. That's
Yeah.
the thing about Fabric. Is
So
just
yeah, a couple of months
consistency.
ago, actually.
It's like always
Really
fun.
good.
You always go down there.
Yeah.
Like people are always up for it. There's like the programming's great. They always have good live bands, interesting DJs. You know, like whenever we go down there, I can always bet that there'll be loads of things that I'd actually go out to see.
Yeah.
Which, you know, from a DJing point of view, it's great. I mean, you're there anyway.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's loads of other stuff going on. Like Liars is great, isn't it?
In Nottingham,
Yeah,
Lions
that's
Club
good.
in Nottingham's
Yeah.
always a good laugh. People dancing on the bar and stuff.
That-
You know, we played a little gig, and sometimes it's nice to do, because we do a lot of big club gigs now, but it's nice to do little ones where like,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, we did one in like the Lock Tavern for a mate of ours, and you know, again, people just go crazy in a small place, you know. But like, you know, the best gig we've done recently is last weekend we were playing out in Brazil, which was totally ridiculous, but amazing, and we played like as the sun came up in front of like an open air stage.
Rainy Oxford.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, but that was incredible.
Yeah.
You know, Brazil people go silly.
Are you looking forward to going back to Manchester, which I think is where you met?
Yeah.
And playing there and part of this tour, yeah?
Yeah,
Where are we playing in Manchester?
I don't know. There's a great curry house called Al Fazal.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, we call it a day curry, but there's like, whenever we go through Manchester, like even, like a couple of times we've been like just going through Manchester on the train to go from like somewhere to somewhere else. And we'll get off the train just to go and have one of these like day curries, because a friend of ours introduced it to him, and we're just kind of addicted to them. So
Lots of curry places in the Cowley area, actually.
yeah,
It's good.
it's just like,
this is next level.
it's probably like, oh,